Today, I have the honor of interviewing Henry Charles Boucha, a U.S. and Native American hockey legend, and nowadays a film arts entrepreneur. Henry, welcome to the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis and the Center for Indian Country Development.
Well, thank you, Dick. It's an honor to be here, and it's a pleasure to meet you, a former hockey player in the Minnesota State Tournament in 1969 from South St. Paul. It's wonderful.
Do the 2018 games in Korea bring back a lot of memories for you? And do you have any messages for this year's athletes and fans?
Well, absolutely. It's like Super Bowl every day when the Olympics are on because I enjoy all of the sports. The coverage is so great now. We do have one gal from Warroad on the women's Olympic team, Gigi Marvin, that we'll be watching closely. She has 2 silvers in the past 2 Olympics, and this is her 3rd Olympics, so hopefully they'll bring home the gold. When I played in the 1972 Olympics in Sapporo, Japan, I was 20 years old. Didn't even know they had snow there. You know, what an experience for a young man to represent his family, his community, his country, you know, in such an event with so many different countries involved. And nobody thinks of anything political there. In the Olympic Village, you're visiting with all of the other athletes. You're talking through interpreters. You are experiencing firsthand, you know, how they feel. And one thing great about the Olympics, it brings everybody together without the politics.
After playing in the Olympics, you've made it your business to begin documenting the history of Native Americans who've participated in the Olympics, both summer and winter, for the United States. Can you tell us about how you got started on that project, what you're aiming to do there, and where it stands these days?
It was in 1992, I got a call from the Olympic Committee out of New Mexico, and they were putting together all of their Olympians during the Gathering of the Nations powwow down there, and going to have a nice big banquet and some other festivities to honor these individuals. And they decided to put together the 10 Native American Olympians that were involved in the Olympics starting back early on in the early 1900s. It was overwhelming to me, you know, flying down there, meeting Billy Mills, who was one of my idols, who won a gold medal in 1964 in Tokyo. Then there was Buster Charles, who I think was in his 80s. He won a gold medal in 1948 after the war in London. He was a basketball player. Then there was Jesse Rennick, who was in his 90s, that was in the 1932 games, and they were still living. So it was great for us to sit down and visit about the 32 games, the 48 games, the 60 games, and you know, be able to relay my thoughts and my sentiment on. Amazingly, there were only 10 Native American Olympians at that time, since the beginning. You know, we got into some discussion on were we losing our kids? Are we being overlooked? Is it due to drugs and alcohol on the reservation and the reserves in Canada? Is it something else? We can't put our finger quite on it. And we even talked about maybe, you know, developing a nonprofit to send our own Native Americans as a group, like Puerto Rico would, to the Olympics to bring out, you know, the talent that some of us and, you know, these kids might have in the future. And that, you know, was a wonderful, wonderful time. And we spent 3-4 days down there. But on the way back, I had the idea, wouldn't it be wonderful to do a documentary on each one of these individuals? It would motivate our kids. It would motivate our people, make them proud of these individuals. And that's how I got the idea for the project for Boucha Films, you know, Native American Olympians. Right now, we've identified 21 Native American Olympians. We are doing our research on each and every one. Every Olympics, it seems like there are 1 or 2 more. they come from different reservations throughout the United States in different sports. So, you want to do the research on it, do the story, and then you have to do a script and lay out the documentary as to how you want to see it progress. Money is a big factor. It certainly is in any project. We're trying to use as many Native Americans or Indians that are involved in film or acting to pursue this project in that respect. But we can't probably use all Native Americans, but we'll certainly have a fairly large staff once we get into our basic production. And we have some funders out there that are willing to jump on board. We're certainly looking for those people that have enough interest to support us, in that respect, to bring the Native American Olympians project together for the film. There's so many pieces of the puzzle that you have to put together. Number one is, of course, finance.
Right.
You have to do your budgets. Each one of these programs will probably cost about $500,000 each to research, do a storyline, do a script, finally go on location, do all of the B film on it, and then once you get into the interviews, and basically it's a lot of different parts, and to edit it down into 45 to 56 minutes is quite a talent to for the editors to make it a great story. I'm so excited, and it's really my passion, and I think it turned into my passion the day I thought about it.
So there's another message there. When you become an entrepreneur, or an artist and an entrepreneur,
it's always in the back of your mind. It's something that eats on you internally. It's the right thing to do. And I was raising my family in Warroad when I got the idea. I had 4 kids in school. I was Indian Ed director. I was coaching hockey. I was selling real estate up there. And I just didn't have the time or the resources to get this off the ground. But I did talk to quite a few different people in the business, and they thought it was a great idea, but they didn't have the passion I do to bring it to the forefront. And then I stopped and started writing it several times, threw it in the garbage, deleted it. Then I was laying there in bed one night, and I thought, maybe I should just write a book. So I thought, well, let's start at the beginning. Let's start with the spirituality of the Anishinaabe. Now, the Anishinaabe are under 3 fires. You had the Ojibwa, you had the Ottawa, and you had the Potawatomi. During the migration, the Ottawa and the Potawatomi broke away from the Ojibwa into their migration westward from the East Coast over a 500-year period. You have to tell about that and where we came from and what our purpose was. But there's a lot of work to do. We need more role models. We need more Olympians. We need this project to succeed. We need to make our people proud, and it all has to tie in one way or another. And there's enough good people out there to make it work. We just have to get up, turn the TV off, get away from your cell phone, and help out. We need people like that to just stand up.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell the audience before we close?
Yes, there's plenty. You can go to henryboucher.com. It's a full website of the television project, the nonprofit, how you can donate, how you can be a part of this if you want to. You can contact me through the website, henryboucher.com. and follow us. We have updates from time to time. You can Facebook me. You know, I've got a Facebook page that I'm quite active on. I post a lot of stuff on there, and just you know, help out if you can. It would be wonderful. This is a great project, and I'm passionate about it, and it's going to be completed before I kick the bucket, I tell you.
I look forward to it. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate it.